This robot lives in Oodi, a public library in Helsinki. It's one of the many great tech inventions of Finland, the #1 happiest country in the world, despite environments looking like this.
This is not working out, by the way.
What's going on here? What can we learn about how tech things are designed in Finland to improve our own products, businesses, and societies? Yes, we've heard about Finland's affordable education, health support, trust in the government. But what about its technology? How do Finnish tech designers research, integrate robots, and make sure folks have a great user experience with life? Let's start with this little guy. It moves around boxes, returns books, and organizes shelves. Why? Couldn't librarians do these things perfectly fine? Well, according to the builders of this robot, here is their design rationale. Robots assist librarians so that librarians can do human things. Let me explain. For context, this is the Oodi library, spanning 185,000 square feet and 3 floors. It's huge. There's performance rooms, kitchens, children's space, studios, work desks with adjustable height, a huge balcony, this fancy rug, and even game rooms. Hey Ma, I'm gonna go to the library. Oh, what a good, educated boy. I raised you so well. It's also designed to be extremely accessible. People of all ages, demographics, physical abilities can come in and enjoy the space. A family with 3 infants? No problem. Here's a playground. An elder who wants to read the news? No problem. Here's the reading room. All of these different people are able to coexist peacefully because of a trust system that the Finns have built. It's so safe that
you can leave your laptop there and go and grab a coffee and come back and your laptop will still be fine.
This is Katarina, a product designer based in Helsinki. So, safety isn't a problem. But there is one problem, since this library is so big. Hey, do you know where the sci-fi romance section is? Oh, and also, how do you get to the balcony? Yeah, so you go down the hall. Hi, do you possibly know how to get to the balcony? Yeah, so you're gonna wanna go down the hall, make a... Hey, how's it going? Good, how about yourself? Good. I have one question, kind of a weird one. Probably no one has asked you this before, but how do you get to the balcony? Yeah, so you go down. You see the problem here? Librarians have a wealth of knowledge in their brains about books, literature. It'd be a waste for them to spend all day doing basic tasks and directing people to random places. And here is where this little guy comes in. We automate what is necessary so that librarians can have time to connect with customers, give book recommendations, talk about books. We want to use robots to yield more social interactions. Today, everyone's like, AI is going to take my job, AI is going to replace humans. AI and robots will not replace humans. It'll just give us more time to do more human things. Unless we're talking about this guy.
What kind of shoes are you wearing? Are those Skechers?
Well, they're kind of a part of my feet.
Maybe he'll replace humans one day. Okay, we've got these robots. But how do humans in this library respond to them? That's where the pickle comes in. People weren't treating it as a social object, says Minia, a roboticist who built this robot. Some kids were jumping on top of it, preventing it from doing its job. So their solution: add googly eyes. They also coded emotions to make the robot more social. If it was happy, it would chirp like a bird, and if it was bored, it would kind of loiter around, dance, and flash lights in order to attract attention. Kind of like humans, with eyes and emotions. The robot's goal is to really just make people feel comfortable. It's not trying to become human. It's just able to communicate better and help people get to where they want to be. Making it look alive will lead people to treating it like it's alive, with more respect, empathy, and intention. This idea is backed by psychological research since the 1940s. It's easy to trick a human brain into thinking something is alive if it appears to be moving with intention. Why sad and angry emotions too? How would a user benefit from a sad robot? Great question, because their answer is, we're not sure yet. But they admit that this whole thing is kind of a big experiment. And that's one of the key essence that makes tech in Finland so incredible. Finns are not afraid to experiment. It's experiments and risk-taking that bring about the best innovations. It's experiments that brought about Nokia. I mean, I've never used a Nokia phone before, but damn, that's nostalgic. Did you know that Nokia, the brand of the indestructible phone, was made in Finland? It owned the greatest cell phone market share when everyone else was going bankrupt. How? How is this piece of Finnish technology designed to last all these years? Well, number one, its indestructibility. It has become a meme. I mean, which other phone can withstand rain, water, thunder, car tires, bullets? Yeah, a Nokia phone once saved someone's life. And if that isn't getting the bang for your buck, I don't know what is. The company knew that durability was their unfair advantage. I mean, look at one of their ads in India.
ओए मोबाइल ला इसमें टॉर्च क्यों है Nokia 1100 made for India.
As a user, you know that you're paying a phone that might last longer than you. This comes back to the idea of trust in Finland. The Nokia phone is very trustworthy.
This thing is really solid.
And let's quickly talk about its user interface. You know this whole design trend with simple UI? I mean, it doesn't get simpler than this. Using a Nokia phone today is more of a social statement than for practical use. But in terms of wireless technology in early 2000s, I think the Finns designed what mattered, an immortal phone that got the job done. What we can learn from this as builders of softwares, apps, and websites is that we need to identify what the essential functions of a product is. Oftentimes, we have great ideas and want to push a bunch of features onto one whole page. This can result in unnecessary clutter and a poor user experience. So, start small, test it, and go from there. Last but not least, the sauna. I mean, even the word sauna, not sauna,
Sauna. Sauna.
is a Finnish word. I think this Finnish celebrity talks about the sauna experience pretty well.
When you walk into a sauna, you're stripped down from your clothes, you're stripped down from all the titles, your wealth. You leave your wallet outside, and it's just a bunch of people at their most bare state of being. And it's really hard to not be honest when you're so exposed and so bare. I often say that sauna is like the church for a normal average Finn. If he or she goes to the sauna, you're in silence and you sweat out the daily sorrows, both mentally and physically. And there's something church-like.
And if feeling like you're at church isn't enough, there are numerous studies that show the health benefits of sauna, including reduction in the risk of vascular diseases such as high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, and neurocognitive diseases. And of course, we can't forget the social nature of saunas, the conversations that keep your heart warm despite living in the cold. Also, saunas and nature go hand in hand.
In summer, the default vacation is for Finns to go into their cabin for an entire month.
We often see saunas in forests next to a body of water where you can enjoy a cold plunge. And I know it sounds like pain, and you're kind of right, it is painful at first. But I remember the very first time I encountered this. It was at a Japanese onsen in Kyoto. I did hot tub, cold plunge, then sauna right after. It feels like you're high. Once you go into the cold water, your body cools down. You feel this tingling sensation. And once you get back up, you don't feel cold at all. And you feel energized yet relaxed for the rest of the day. Putting humans in nature is like putting a water-damaged phone in rice. It heals right away. This is backed up by not only countless research studies, but also just by looking at our great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents. Did you know that in Finland, they put baby in strollers outside where it's snowing and freezing? This isn't child abuse. It's science. 73% of Finland is covered by forests, with close access to nature and technologies that foster mental and physical well-being. No wonder why Finns are the happiest people on Earth. Speaking of happiness, I kind of had an existential moment when researching for this video, because I realized that the idea of happiness is different in Finland than in the States. I feel like here we think more is more, capitalism is what people strive for. But in Finland, happiness is more of this idea of contentment, that enough is enough. Whatever it is you're pursuing right now, whether it's creating a new app, designing a website, building a business, think about the goalpost that you give yourself. At what point will it be enough?